seriously.
The AFL Premiership Season 2002 brought to you by its premier partner Carlton and United Breweries and our telecast sponsors Carlton Draft, official beer of the AFL. Ford dealers, ordinary people doing extraordinary deals. Strathfield, the right choice for mobiles. Call 13 11 77. Doors Plus, no fuss. Discount City Carpet Superstores, your one-stop floor covering shop. Booze Brothers. Truscott Hi-Fi, best advice, low price. And enjoy the game with KFC.
Saturday afternoon football from Football Park in Adelaide. It's the Adelaide Crows versus Hawthorn, and the Crows have dubbed this the Mark Bickley testimonial match. And out comes the former skipper. Equal games record holder for the Adelaide Crows. Is enjoying a wonderful season himself. And they just keep celebrating him over and over here in Adelaide as well they might. He really has become one of their favourite sons in the last decade. Dual premiership captain. And he leads his side out yet again this afternoon. The Crows are in third position. They're 7 wins and 3 losses. Won 4 of their last 5 games, including a wonderful 7-point win over Brisbane here last Saturday night. They face the Hawks, who are in 10th position, 5 wins and 5 losses. Got their season back on track with 4 straight wins, have dropped their last 2, including a disappointing performance against Port Adelaide last week at York Park in Launceston. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Football Park as I welcome our co-host this afternoon, Chris McDermott. Chris, wonderful afternoon for Mark Bickley, but Peter Schwab's really put the acid on the Hawks during the week, hasn't he? Called them, some of them mentally weak. This afternoon he wants to find out who are and who aren't.
Look, you sort of get the feeling he's played every trick he possibly can play this week, and I guess today we find out whether Hawthorn are real contenders this year or just pretenders. They've got to respond. They don't necessarily have to win, but if they've got to have a credible loss.
There are the Hawks led out by skipper Shane Crawford. He's having a wonderful year. It is an important game for the Hawks, as I mentioned, as we look at the ladder for season 2002. There's the Adelaide Crows, equal on percentage at top of the ladder there in third position. 7 wins, 3 losses. They're travelling well. They just want to make sure they stay in that top 4 pack, which is starting to break away from the rest.
Yeah, it certainly is, and best start ever for the Crows. Fantastic, very tough to beat here at Footy Park.
And there's the Hawks just hanging outside the 8. They're in 10th position. They don't want to lose touch at the midway mark of the season. But here we go. It's round 11, 2002. It's Adelaide versus Hawthorn at Football Park. The opening bounce, Biglan's in the ruck against Wren. Bounce favoured Biglan's, and Adelaide get first use of it. Towards half forward, Chick starting on the ball this afternoon. Handball to Graham. He'll thump it long towards centre half forward for the Hawks. Going back and judging it well was Biglan's. He takes a well-judged mark. Little handball. Goes to the run of Johnson. Swings it out wide and finds Hart on centre wing. Member side of the ground. Towards half forward. Prosciutto takes the mark 55 from home. Wants to move it in there quickly. It's still an open forward line. He'll kick towards the top of the goal square. Hawthorn have numbers. And dropping back in defence is Ben Dixon to take the relieving mark. So Dixon goes short to the outer side and finds Jade Rawlings.
Jonathan Hay, boys, who had a dirty day last week, starting at full forward for Hawthorn.
Chips over the top to Vandenberg. Have a heavy workload this afternoon. As I mentioned, the Hawks without Lekes, Harford and Paccioni from their midfield, all injured. Dixon takes it outside defensive 50 towards half forward. Coming out and attacking at hard was Holland. Ball at ground level. Chance now for the Hawks. Opportunity for Stephen Green. By hand to Dixon, who ran for support. Bounces a kick inside the 50. Bickley working hard for the Crows. Gets it out towards Stevens. Back towards centre half forward, but it's all Hawthorn, and Sean Wren takes the mark.
Wren taking the mark at centre half back now for the Hawks. No score, 1.5 minutes first quarter. Sean Wren, formerly from Adelaide. There he goes, long kick, gets pretty good distance, about 60 metres. Big pack into the air, Adelaide punching. Well done, McGregor, kicks it inside the centre circle. A chance for Bickley, just overran it, fell over. Opportunity for Biglands and also Johnson. Neat hand pass, well done. Kicks to Rashuda. Rashuda chipping, looking for Hart. Good gather. Tries to get through the congestion, does it well, and then needs to give it off to his captain. And Rashuda has a shot, misses everything to the right-hand side. No, he doesn't miss everything. He scores a behind. First score, Adelaide 1 behind. The Hawks yet to score. We played 2 minutes first quarter.
Scrappy opening early. I don't think the Hawks will mind that though, Chris. What they don't want is Adelaide to get free-flowing in the likes of McLeod and Goodwin running the lines.
Yeah, the first couple of goals are very important. Hawthorn need to get on the scoreboard early, not let the crowd and the emotion get into this game.
So it's Simon Cox with the kicking in duties. He's a beautiful kick of the football. He thumps it long towards the outer side of the ground. Barker worked his man under the ball. That was Goodwin. McCabe at the back, slaps it into the path of Crawford. He gathers. Stenglein comes to him, but Crawford gets the kick towards centre-half forward. Out comes Holland on the bounce. He's got two to beat, McGregor and Edwards. Numbers win out there for Adelaide. Edwards around his body. Goodwin wrapped up in a tackle by Crawford. McCabe tries to keep it in, does so successfully. Keeps it alive now for the Hawks. Here's a chance for Mitchell. Dumps it inside 50. Man in space is Tallis. He takes the mark. He can run to 20 metres out. 15 metres out. Opening goal for the Hawks.
We're talking about their ideal start, boys, and that was it. Hawthorn needed to get on the board early. And through Tallis were able to do that. Ideal start, that gets some emotion in it for Hawthorn. Dixon again getting his hand on the footy. He's had some important touches early. And Tallis just finding some space inside 50, running into a pretty simple goal.
Dixon with 4 possessions already. They did well to keep it alive out on that half-forward flank. Looked like the ball was going to go out of bounds. And they manufactured something there. Braden Tallis with the opening goal of the contest.
Hawthorn 1 goal, Adelaide 1 behind. 5 the difference. 5 points the difference, early stages first quarter. Biglands and Wren, ball still to be won. Goodwin, sensational footy by Goodwin inside the 50, just wasted fractionally, although Burton's got it on the half volley, then tackled. Opportunity for Hart, high kick, out of bounds on the full. Umpire coming over and saying it's a Hawks free kick. 6-1, Hawthorn in front by 5. Good start for the Hawks. Graham from back pocket. Short. Just Rawlings, whose form's been up and down this year, as have a number of Hawks players. Now Graham left-footing it in front of his own defensive goal to Barker. And Barker from half-back sends it down toward Vandenberg territory. Andrew McLeod, left foot, round the corner, beautiful skills to Stevens. Barker on the mark. 6-1, Hawthorn in front, 16 and a half remaining until the first break. Plenty of time, short, Stenglein. Stenglein just stationed between the wing and half forward on the eastern side of Footy Park, almost to full house. It was sold out during the week. Some members choose not to come. Shell the target over his head. Laddams at ground level, gave it straight off to Joel Smith, and Smith clears the zone outside the defensive 50.
McLeod and Vandenberg track it towards the line. It beats them over and out for a throw-in. So it's Hawthorn a goal, Adelaide a point. Gone almost 5.5 minutes in this opening term.
Yeah, that's one of the key midfield matchups, Vandenberg on McLeod, and for the Crows, they've got Tyson Stenglein running with Shane Crawford.
So a throw-in. Plenty of players around this contest. Bickley, kick partly smothered. Mitchell in there working hard. Goodwin got into his back. Umpire says throw it in. The
other interesting one is Johnny Barker, who spoke about in the pre-match not kicking enough goals for Hawthorn. He's got the job at centre-half back on Mark Stevens.
Sam Mitchell playing his second game of AFL football from Moorbark. Played in round 5 against the Tigers. Gets another opportunity this afternoon for Hawthorn. Wren in front position, went to ground. At ground level, slapped it out only as far as Stenglein. Hurried kick inside the 50. Barker versus Stevens. Coming out to meet it was Burton. Crashes through the Graham tackle. Tries to keep it alive. Screws it back. They'll contest 25 out from goal. Hart attacked it for Adelaide. There's McCabe at ground level. Got it to Stone. Ben Hart goes again. Tackles him. Keeps the ball inside the forward 50 for the Crows. We'll have a throw in.
And once again, the pressure from the Crows forward line. Benny Hart running down, applying the tackle, holding the ball inside 50. This is where the Crows are dangerous. A set play inside 50. They can score from here.
So Wren tried to hack it out of mid-air. Cox at the back. Little handball to McCabe, to Mitchell, and he finds the boundary line. So we spoke about John Barker. Only kicked 8 goals for the season. This afternoon he's starting with a defensive job at centre-half back on Mark Stevens.
Well, not a bad idea. It gets him into the play, gives him a negating job to do. Doesn't really rely on him getting a lot of the footy, but just do a job on Stevens.
Wren and Biglands both tap it in the same direction. Here's McLeod for Adelaide. Just pulled the kick. The pitch inside the 50. Dixon there to tidy up for Hawthorn. Little handball on the overlap was good to Crawford. Comes away from defensive 50. Puts it out in front of Holden. He gets there on the bounce. It skims past he and McGregor. McGregor leads in the race back for it. He's got a man in support. It's Massey. Advantage paid, and will now be brought back. It's a free kick to McGregor. In the back against Holland as he disposed of it.
Yeah, and some nice work by Kenny McGregor. Did pretty well on Jonathan Brown last week against Brisbane. The Crows have been desperate for him to get fit and fill that key defensive role. And last week got him well on the way to doing that.
And his third game for the season, Ken McGregor. Chips over the top. Here's Edwards. Spears it towards the 50. They come out and attack it. It goes past Biglands. Bounces inside 50 now. Stevens against Barker. Stevens got his foot to it. Sockers it within 20 metres of the Adelaide goal. Hart lurks there. Crashing through was Joel Smith. Handball to space. McCabe was taken high by Hart. Umpire spotted it. How could he not? And the free kick will be taken by Luke McCabe 15 metres out from goal. Kicks towards half-back. Numbers there with Adelaide. Cox has got 3 to beat. Goodwin. Handball a little fierce there for Edwards. Goodwin goes again. They wrap him up and we'll have a bounce 55 metres out from the Adelaide goal.
Well, they're certainly at Hawthorn, but the Crows are looking dangerous. Their midfielder getting hold of the footy on occasions, and Hawthorn look in trouble at ground level.
Joel Smith already a couple of disposals. He's certainly been missed as far as Hawthorn is concerned. There's Wren scrambling the kick down toward left half forward and clean bowls everyone. And now Holland's outnumbered. Kenny McGregor does the shepherding off the ball, and then Holland goes from one man to the other. Massey was the other man and forces the error out of bounds left half forward. It's 1 goal Hawthorn, Adelaide 1 behind.
Most of the players congregating in Adelaide's half of the ground at the moment. Chris Hawthorn just playing 2 forwards out of the goal square and leaving the rest of the 50 wide open.
Yeah, Barlow and Jonathan Hay, they are.
Mitchell had it and then lost it, and just might have been a little high there on Johnson. And Johnson, the recipient of the free kick at half-back.
Well, that was okay from Mitchell. It was a little bit clumsy, but Hawthorn have got to be tougher at the contest. Maybe just a little bit more clean.
30-metre kick downfield. Good mark by Tallis. It's coming at him at 100 mile an hour, and then Tallis sends it towards centre half forward. Holland in front. Massey again, front and square. Well done. Hand pass good. Away goes Smart. Thundering through the middle. About 85 from goal. Awkward kick. Made it tough for his forwards. In fact, made it impossible. And Hawthorn repel a long kick by Jade Rawlings out toward DeBarlow on the wing, down toward right half forward. Good kick to Holland. Transference of play there, Chris. Very good by the Hawks.
Yeah, certainly good work. Nick Holland, he's the hardest working centre half forward in the comp. A real handful for McGregor today.
Looking for Dixon or Hay, who, as we've mentioned, is playing up forward. Bode, quick hands, Bassett. Wonderful season by Bassett so far. Now it's all Hawthorn and the boundary line, and it wins out. It's 1 goal Hawthorn, Adelaide 1 behind, low scoring. We played 9.5 minutes first quarter.
And she's going to be low scoring, boys. I think the wind's pretty blustery, blowing across the ground, conditions pretty tough.
Throw in, Members wing. Bigland's got the tap, nowhere in particular. Green crashes in for Hawthorn. Wren wraps up his opponent Biglands. Bickley tried to kick it out of there. Umpire says my ball, or something, words to those effect. I don't know if exactly said my ball, but we'll have a bounce. Change for the Hawks. On comes Campbell Brown for his first run in league football, number 32. His family have made the trek over here to Adelaide to see it this afternoon. Bode to Rashudo, to Kane Johnson. They go to work it inside 50. It's a one-on-one. Barker versus Stevens. It goes to the back of that contest. He's got a problem now. Barker. McLeod sharks it just inside the line. Can he do something special? He tries the banana from the boundary. Across the face. And narrowly misses for a behind.
Well, he hasn't had too many pot shots at goal from the boundary this year, Andrew McLeod. Liking more to centre the footy. But that is the danger of the Adelaide Footy Club. Getting the ball away from a takeaway. And then Andrew McLeod, he'll spend a lot of today up in the forward lines. On wet, windy days, that's where he is most dangerous.
Didn't miss by much. Crawford,
not much at all.
Plays onto himself and then kicks long outside the 50, looking for Tallis at half-back and finds him. Been prominent early rate in Tallis, his 4th possession coming up. He's got the job on Matthew Bode. He goes inboard and finds Wren. Wren goes into the centre square. Dixon presents himself, couldn't take the mark. At ground level, Mitchell and Edwards collide. Free kick to Hawthorn. It's coming back to Ben Dixon. Infringed in that marking contest. Dixon goes inside 50, spotted a man. It's Simon Cox, and he marks 48 metres out from goal. Here's a great kick, Simon Cox. He fancies chances from here. Wants to move it quickly from 49 metres. Absolutely thumps it, gives it a ride. He likes it. Goal umpire likes it. A goal.
The aircraft involved was at 7:37.
When it veered off board, plowing into the water nose first.
A policeman who's lost his wife. A politician who's lost a husband. 2 people with nothing in common.
Are you investigating something?
Except a mystery that will change everything they believe in.
They were sitting together. Your husband, my wife.
For the first time on network television, Morrison Ford, Kristen Scott Thomas, Random Hearts, premieres Sunday.
It's stock take time at Truscott Hi-Fi. And Dave the Storeman is flat out. That's the bad news for Dave. The good news for you is there are lots of bargains. Pioneer DVDs $50 off. Sharp G-Code VCRs $50 off. Sony DVD home theatre systems $300 off. Sony digital still cameras $200 off. And Conker 68cm TVs $100 off. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
We started playing cricket, and I hit the ball so high that Uncle Mark, he forgot where he was going. He tried to catch the ball and landed face first in the mud. It was so funny, Dad. You should have been there.
Footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie, footy, pie.
Don't get confused. Nothing has the kick of a Balfour's original footy pie, the official pie of the AFL.
16 bedroom Wazooka stores are closed. The Cornu liquidates quilts and quilt covers, pillows and pillowcases, blankets, sheet sets, towels, and much more. Game for a quilt cover, save 50%. Active Valances, all sizes, $10. Pillows, $5. Queen size mattress protectors, $10. On now, look on you.
It's all got to go. Stocktake is coming and we want to sell it. Not count it. Beds, mattresses, bedroom furniture. They've all got to go. Save up to 10%, 20%, even up to 40%. Get a deal on ensembles, furniture, Manchester and more. The savings are huge and you'll never buy better. Remember, we want to sell it, not count it. It could be your deal of a lifetime because it's all got to go. Dreamland.
Feel the on-ground pressure of the game and make the hard calls the coach won't. Only Optus Cybercoach puts you in the coach's box and takes AFL viewing outside the square. You call the shots from your armchair every Saturday night on 10 with thanks to Optus.
Hello? Yeah, look, I want to quit smoking.
Sure, well, you've taken the first step. That's great. Planning ahead is really important.
And I can send you a quit book if you'd like.
Call Quitline on 131 848. 131 848.
So the Hawks with the opening 2 goals, an amazing stat. Inside 50s, 10-3 in favour of Adelaide. So Hawthorn have only gone in 3 times, but they've managed to pick up 2 goals.
Hawthorn 2 goals, Adelaide 2 behinds, bounce of the ball in the middle once again. Adelaide need to get a move on. Now it's only early stages, but it's been a very, very solid start by the Hawks. Sean Wren in ruck for the Hawks, and Biglan's for Adelaide. 2 goals the Hawks, Adelaide 2 behinds. We played 12 3/4 minutes, first quarter. Chance for Mitchell, that was clever. Now to Crawford from the centre, long kick inside 50, looking for Dixon, or Hay it was in fact. Bickley attacking the footy strongly, and Rashudo, umpire says play it on, Rashudo hand passing, and gets it back from Johnson. Biglan's almost runs into his captain, and then he shoots it downfield to Hart, who's 75 metres from goal for Adelaide. So Adelaide about to go into attack. The Crows about to head inside their 50. Long kick by Hart to a very busy area. Almost to Mark Shell at the back. Ladham's trying to work it to someone. Umpire comes over, he says, I'm going to bounce. About 15 metres from the Adelaide goal.
Benny Hart again, just doing the disciplined thing that's been the Adelaide Footy Club's trademark this year, hitting the head of the square, just unable to capitalise on that occasion.
Burton right over the top. Ladham's went past him. Chip, McCabe. Umpire says play it on again. And Hawthorn out of trouble. Good kick to Holland. Close attention by McGregor. Tyson Edwards thinking about going forward. Goes sideways to Massey at centre half back. Hawthorn 2 goals. Good start. Adelaide 2 behind. Massey short. Now to Rashudo, who's in the middle, decides to go out wide. Kenny McGregor, as Chris said, played well last week, particularly the second half. Inside the 50 again, no mark to Adelaide, or was it? Bit of rough stuff on Stevens. Umpire says play it on. Biglan's taken off the footy. Chick over the top of the footy, and so is Barker. And eventually the umpire says it's holding the ball. Holding the ball, free kick to Hawthorn. They should work it out.
Well, you nearly paid the mark there to Mark Stevens. It looked pretty clear from here. Ladham's ending up just taking the ball underneath and getting caught holding the ball.
Hawks are being fierce and ferocious, as you'd expect. They've got the lashing from their coach publicly during the week. Sean Wren has it. Defensive 65 for Hawthorn. Coming up for his 4th possession. Just chips it short around the wing and finds Joel Smith. As Mark mentioned, he's an important addition to this side. He's been out since round 4. He's an All-Australian, best and fairest last season. Provides important run and drive off half-back. That's a terrible kick. Hit it on the inside of his boot. It dribbles towards the line and finds it. It's at boundary side now. Here's Richard Osborne.
Probably not an appropriate time to mention, boys, from Joel Smith's kick then, but I'm sure Peter Schwab will be delighted. They're using the ball very smartly, playing a very good possession game at this point.
Throw in. Reading it beautifully off the hands of the pack was Goodwin. He burst away from half-back. Kick found its target, it's hard. Adelaide build from centre wing. The ball will go inside 50. Barker goes back with great courage. In fact, it was Graham. Heavy collision, it spills to Ladhams. He's 35 metres out, tries to keep it alive. Puts it out in front of Stevens. He gathers in the pocket, deep in the pocket. Kicks it over his shoulder to the goal square. Bigland's there, Burton there. Defensive fist comes. And Hawthorn forced the throw in.
Well, their backline's been sorely tested early. Hawthorn's, it's held up extremely well at the moment. Johnny Barker courageously going back with the flight of the footy then. But the ball still in the Crows' danger zone.
Mark Graham was going back with the flight, my apologies. Wren, Stengline, dishes off to Rashudo, sells the dummy, 10 metres out, snaps a goal! Adelaide get there first through their skipper, Mark Rashudo. They move to 1-2-8. The Hawks are 2 straight goals, and Chris, we've seen and we've said it all year, they are the best in the business at getting the ball from clearances.
Look, that is the danger area for an opposition team against the Crows. They are brilliant within 50 of goal from a throw-in or ball up, and none better than Mark Rashudo. Great body strength and evasion, and the sense of awareness to get onto his left foot and kick the goal through. Good start of the Crows.
The skipper scores for Adelaide. Hawthorn are 2 goals, Adelaide 1 goal, 2. For the difference. We played 17 minutes first quarter. Bigland's had a couple of cracks at it. Stengline surrounded. And the secondary bounce on the attacking side of centre for Adelaide. Rain staying away. Don't like its chances though, Chris. What do you think?
I think you're right.
Plenty of cloud cover around. Here's Rashudo to Bickley, skipper to former skipper, now to Massey, getting a bit of the footy in defence, and then sends it down toward right half forward. There's a mark, a strong grab by Graham. It was just in the middle of a pack of players. Out to McCabe. So Hawthorn turned that attack, or that attack by Adelaide into an attack for them. Down to Holland. Good grab. Very good grab by Holland. Long way from where he's normally stationed. He's out on the wing. It's on the eastern side. Sending it inside 50, lead by Hay and Marks. What's the umpire going to adjudicate here? He's going to adjudicate that was out of bounds. Hawthorn 12, Adelaide 8. Hay starting up into attack. He's had a frustrating season in defence. We'll be hoping for a few more quality touches in the attacking zone for the Hawks here this afternoon. Throw in. We're in the general area. And the umpire is going to bounce. Inside the attacking 50 for the Hawks. They're 2 goals. Adelaide 1 goal, 2.
Making real efforts, Hawthorn, though, to keep their forward line open. Paying dividends at the moment.
So out of the ruck contest. Kane Johnson dribbles the ball towards the boundary line. We'll have yet another throw in. Hawthorn by 4 points have gone 18.5 minutes. You can see on screen just under 7 remaining in this opening term. Ran against Biglands. Bickley, 3rd man up, took it out of the contest. Towards half-back. Smart wrapped up by Cox. Mitchell in on the bottom of the pack. Play-on's the call. Working feverishly in there for Adelaide. It's Kane Johnson. In fact, Matthew Bode will have another bounce.
It's like about the look of young Sam Mitchell.
Throws himself in, doesn't he?
Has a real crack at the footy.
Graham collides off the ball with Smart. It's taken by Kane Johnson towards the boundary line. McLeod cleverly slapped it back to Bickley. They've got numbers alive now. Here's Bode. Bode comes streaming around the wing. Dishes to McLeod. He runs to 70 metres out. Spears it inside looking for Burton. Was pretty hot. Went through his fingers. And over and out for a throw in.
Yes, and for once Andrew McLeod just couldn't see inside him. Had Chris Ladham standing at the top of 50 with no one within about 30 metres of him screaming for the footy.
Looks a bit ginger there. Brett Burton maybe just landed a little awkwardly.
Well, his groin has been crook, so no surprise to see him pull up sore on occasions.
took the wind out of himself as he landed. Throw in. Biglands and Wren. Wren gets front position, taps to the back of the contest. Running onto it here is Johnson. Little gift to McLeod was clever. From 45 metres out, screws it back to the goal square. Shell flew over the top. Ball at ground level. Crawford attacked it for the Hawks. There's Latham at ground level. Crawford tries to stream away. Stenglein lays a tackle on him, but he dished it off to Simon Cox. Searching kick towards the members' wing. Holland will get there on the bounce. McGregor worked him under the contest. Held his feet. Gave it to Edwards. Edwards will put it back inside 54 Adelaide. Coming out to take the mark on his chest is Burton. And Burton may elect to have a shot at goal here from about 45 metres out. Reasonably tight angle and a fair bit of wind around, so this will be a tough kick.
I don't think there's any may about it. I'm sure he'll have a shot for goal. He's been lively early. Taking the mark on the burst. Again, not the most accurate kick for goal, but was certainly okay last week. And I'm sure once he gets settled, he'll have a crack at it. It's a tough pocket to kick it from, especially with the wind blowing across the ground. But when his confidence is up, he can do anything.
14-9 for the season. In he comes. Kick on its way from 45 metres out. It was always going to blow right to left. Didn't quite have enough to get to the line, and it's fisted through for a rush behind. So the Crows move to 1-3-9. The Hawks are 2 straight goals. We're in a time on in this opening term. Interesting contest developing here at Football Park.
Yeah, it certainly is. The Crows with a lot of the footy, but Hawthorn probably looking a little bit more dangerous when they can actually get the footy inside their 50.
Under 5 minutes remaining, it'll be Simon Cox with the kick-in duties. To goal at the other end earlier in this quarter. He decides to kick long towards the outer side. Over the back, reading at the best was Ben Hart. He takes the mark. He'll thump it back in quickly. There's space. Cox has got to go again against Laddams. He does so. Fisted to the line for a throw-in.
Benny Hart's been pretty good early too. He's lined up against Joel Smith and spending a lot of time up forward for Adelaide. Probably choosing the wrong option, kicking to Laddams on a one-on-one contest.
6 touches for Ben Hart.
3 the difference. 12 plays 9. Hawthorn in front in the attacking zone for Adelaide. Not for long as Tallis does exceptionally well. Got around Stenglein with ease and then kicks it into the middle to Hawthorn mark. It's Holland and he quickly plays on. He's got Barlow running past. Barlow inside the 50. Opportunity for Hay running away from his own goal. Gets it back to Crawford backwards. Looked like an umpire then. Decides to hand pass. Goes out very wide. This is Hay again. About 65 metres from goal. Long kick well inside 50 at the back. Good mark. Almost McCabe. Couldn't quite hang on. Now he's got problems. Johnson quickly to the boundary line. Adelaide with numbers and intelligence. Hawthorn 2 goals. Adelaide 1 goal 3.
Sean Wren coming off, boys, being replaced by Robert Campbell. Some great work from Jonathan Hay on that occasion. Saw McCabe right over the back of the pack. It was a beautiful kick. Unfortunately, just couldn't hold them up.
Inside the attacking 50 for the Hawks. Cox down to Tallis. Back to Cox, left foot. And it'll be an Adelaide mark. No, Tyson Edwards can't mark. Slips out of his hands. Well done, Bickley. Out to Massey, who's providing a good link for them in defence. And Massey away from the back pocket. He's going to kick down toward Hart territory, who worked his opponent underneath the footy. Still with Hart, tries to knock it on. Now he hand passes to Bowe. Right in front of us. Kicks inside 50. Hawthorn with a chance to defend here. That was Barker. And the man against him was Stevens. And there was some interference. And the umpire was right there. And Barker in the back pocket to work Hawthorn safely out of defence. So Barker in the back pocket, Stevens and Barker there. Barker deciding to shoot it to centre half back. And Cox, 12 to 9, 3 minutes and 15 remaining out wide. This is Jade Rawlings. Down ground, down to the wing. Holland diving, can't mark. McGregor, left foot, quickly. Shell's a long way from where he normally is positioned, which is up forward. Well inside the 50, but at the moment he's on the wing. He sends it inside 50. Burton, whistle blows. Umpire says there's a bit of interference. It's an Adelaide free kick. And it's going to Stevens. He's going to kick right on 50.
Far too easy for Adelaide on that occasion. Daniel Shell having far too much time to pick the footy up, choose an option up forward. Not enough pressure from Hawthorn. That's been their downfall over the last couple of weeks as Mark Bickley comes off for a rest. And Graham Johncock comes off.
13 goals, 12 for the season so far for Stevens, reverse angle. So we ride it. Look at what that wind is doing. That was extraordinary. That was extraordinary. It was heading goalwards and it is out of bounds on the full. So that gives you a clear indication of how windy it is. Hawthorn at 2 goals, Adelaide 1-3. Have another look at this.
Yeah, you've got to kick it powerfully to the right-hand post here at Footy Park when the wind blows like that. Not a great kick for Mark Stephen on that occasion.
Chick keeps it low, goes to the outer side and finds Campbell just on the ground. His first touch in his 6th game of senior football. The 20-year-old from Rutherglen up on the Murray River. Campbell goes short, looking for Hodge. Massey in there working for Adelaide, tries to win the ball for his side. Campbell in there again. So is Cox for Hawthorn. Plenty numbers around this ball. Mitchell breaks free, gets a handball to Chick. He dumps it long towards centre half forward. Hayes at the back, trying to work Basson underneath it. Edwards tidies up for Adelaide. Quick hands finds Goodwin. He's got a man in space on the outer side. It is Kane Johnson. Johnson assesses his options. Kicks into the centre square. 2 Adelaide players fly against each other. John Cock and Biglands. John Cock wins it at ground level. Spills now to McLeod. He goes searching for a target inside 50. Free kick. Umpire spotted it. It's in the back against Nick Stone in that marking contest. And the free kick will go to Brett Burton.
Yes, and I think that was as blatant as they come. Again, the Crows getting far too much time at ground level to look up and choose an option. Pretty clear pushing the back to Brett Burton.
And a ruck change for Adelaide with Clark on and Biglands off.
So here's Brett Burton again. He had to register a score this afternoon. His last attempt was punched through for a rush behind. 40 metres out, almost directly in front. Kick on its way. Wasn't a great looking approach. And you could tell from his body language he wasn't happy with the kick. He's missed to the right-hand side. So Adelaide, in difficult conditions, a little wasteful. They're 1-4-10. The Hawks are 2 straight goals. Inside 50s, 20-6 in favour of Hawthorn. Barlow tries to play on from the kick-in. Little handball to Stone. He's got a couple to beat. Burton wraps him up. Now Barlow, he's under pressure as well. Umpire said Stone was held too long in the tackle. Free kick against Burton.
Well, that's a tough one, and the Adelaide crowd were not happy with the umpires last week, and again, venting their displeasure.
So it's the Hawks by 2 points. As I mentioned, inside 50s, 20-6 in favour of the Crows. Towards the wing, Bode to tidy up for Adelaide. Quick hands to Johnson, to Stevens. Put it out in front of Massey. He fumbled. Over the top came Barlow. Another free kick. This time it's going Adelaide's way. It'll go to Massey. Has been busy. His 7th touch. Starting to settle into this Adelaide side nicely. His 7th game for the season. As the siren sounds for quarter time here at Football Park. Unusual quarter of football, that one. Adelaide controlled the ball inside 50, but at the opening break, it's the Hawks leading by 2 points.
Before Kelly gives away her biggest secret, we've got something very special we'd like to share.
There's a kind of mildly ironic link between Evan and myself.
8:30 Monday, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at TV's coolest drama.
Thankfully, I didn't have to audition because I hate auditioning.
The things they love, the scenes that almost never made it, plus a sneak peek at episodes you haven't even seen. Farina presents The Secret Life of the Secret Life of Us, 8:30 Monday.
Mate, we're running on him. Better pull in. Fill us up, mate. Thanks.
Fill up on KFC's ultimate 3-piece feed. 3 pieces of original recipe chicken, regular chips, potato and gravy, and a dinner roll, and a Pepsi, and a real dairy avalanche. It's KFC to the max.
Unbelievable picture, superb quality, huge wide viewing. It's a JVC plasma panel from Truscott Hi-Fi, and it's only $9,998. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
Feel the on-ground pressure of the game and make the hard calls the coach won't. Only Optus Cybercoach puts you in the coach's box and takes AFL viewing outside the square. You call the shots from your armchair every Saturday night on 10 with thanks to Optus.
I just love computers. I didn't really want to go to uni. I didn't want to study full time.
I looked into the training that new apprenticeships offered. I realised that Nick was perfect for us.
You'd be amazed where new apprenticeships can take you these days. Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
be popular too if you're offering tax-free cars and trucks like Transit, tax-free, and Falcon, tax-free. But it must end June 30 and only from your Ford dealer.
No deposit, interest-free. That's no deposit, no money down at LeCornu. Repeat offer, 2 days only. 26 months, interest-free and absolutely no deposit. Sunday, Monday only, LeCornu.
Hey, watch what you're doing, Kath. You're getting paint all over the glass.
No problem. This'll be a breeze. I don't have to mask and I'll have a great finish in no time.
Introducing Paint and Peel, exclusive to Doors Plus. Forget masking the glass, it's all done for you. Just paint and peel away the protective film. It's at no extra cost from Doors Plus. First with safe glass, now with Paint and Peel.
Wow, paint and peel, huh?
It's so easy to get a no-fuss finish. I'll even let you do the next door.
So set for second quarter action. It's the Hawks by 2 points. Wren will go in the ruck again for Hawthorn. Matthew Clark into the ruck for Adelaide. Came on to replace Biglands midway through that term. Wren, good run at the ball, but Clark up the tap down. Adelaide get first use through Stengline. Quick kick inside 50. Stevens had to go the punch on Barker, in doing so infringed. The free kick will go to Hawthorn. John Barker coming up for his 5th possession. Been certainly in the play prominently in that opening term, and contest with Stevens has been a beauty. Dishes to Rawlings, he kicks long towards the wing. Tallis almost took the mark, umpire almost blew the whistle. Bode to Edwards, tries to break the tackle there from Loney, who's on the ground for the Hawks. Ducking the head was Stevens, kicks it inside 50, ball pitches 25 metres out from goal. Shell attacks it on the bounce, wheels around, dishes to Rashudo, high kick towards the goal square, just misses to the right-hand side. So the opening score of the second term goes to the skipper, Mark Rashudo. He's got 1 goal, 2 for the afternoon. The margin is reduced to 1 point. It's 2 straight goals. Hawthorn, Adelaide, 1-5-11. We've gone a minute in the second term. It'll be Simon Cox to bring the ball back into play for the Hawks. Just holds it up. Not sure of his options. Decides to kick long now towards the members' side of the ground. Graham's his target. Hart will fly from behind. Well-timed fist. At ground level, there's Mitchell for the Hawks, been impressive early on. His 5th touch. Dribbles it out towards the wing. Stengline had to go. He had 2 opponents to beat. He's been pinged for deliberate.
Well, it was probably there, wasn't it? I mean, you know what the intent was, and he certainly did that, and maybe that's fair enough.
Hit it straight to the line there. Not really much doubt about that one. Smith to centre half forward for the Hawks. Holland tried to juggle it. Crawford at ground level. He's got numbers running in support. Handball missed the target McCabe. Bassett there to clean up. Throws it onto the boot. High, ugly kick towards the boundary line, but they'd rather that than a Hawthorn player running into an open goal. That handball from Crawford just had to hit its target. McCabe was away.
Well, I think the skipper, knowing the exquisite skills he has, was well within his rights to have a shot for goal. Did all the hard work, was on his left side, but that's pretty good as well. And could have been forgiven to having a crack at the goals.
Well, the Hawks by 1 point, 2 goals to 1 goal, 5. Blustery conditions in the attacking zone. Stengline with his fist, Tyson Edwards through his legs, Massey. And eventually it's over the line, umpire to toss it in outside the 50. Hawthorn 2 goals, Adelaide 1-5. We played 2.5 minutes second quarter.
Yeah, certainly just got to worry you. The ball at ground level, Adelaide look far superior with the loose footy and the contested footy at the moment.
A lot of space available here. Wren got it to McCabe, 25-30 metres from goal, right on the line. The umpire was right there. And I'm referring to the goal umpire, and Smart took the mark right on the line. There wouldn't have been much in that. Long kick out. It's going to be awkward for Hart now. He's got to come from behind. Does well. Flips it over the top. Bode, ball bouncing away from him. Joel Smith trying to paddle it forward. Now Bode, good stuff. Jimmy saw him do something similar last week. High kick by Bode and effective. Now to Massey. Massey about 30 metres downfield looking for Stevens. Went past him. Stevens falls over, needs a runner. Andrew McLeod, who better? 30 metres from goal. McLeod kicks to the goal square. And Burton almost a spectacular mark. Couldn't hang on. And it's hit the behind post. Attacking stuff by Adelaide.
And some great work by Matthew Bode in defence. Just sliding on the footy, getting the ground. As you said, Mark, we saw him get a possession like that last week against Brisbane.
Late in the game.
Won the game for Adelaide. And the mark from Nigel Smart there. Maybe you should just kick the ball a little bit higher.
Luke McCabe. Luke. Clark won the tap. Here's Stevens to try and create something for Adelaide. The Hawks defence in there solidly. It's twisted towards the boundary line. Good pressure there in that piece of play too from Vandenberg on McLeod. Just pushed him off his kick.
Yeah, Vandenberg hasn't had a lot of the footy. Got a tough job on Andrew McLeod, who's had it 7 times. He is in for a long day in the office.
Vandenberg just the one touch himself in his job this afternoon. It's clearly quite McLeod. Prosciutto wrapped up by Tallis. We'll have another bounce. So Johnson 12 possessions for Adelaide, as I mentioned. Prosciutto's had 10. Hart, Massey and Stevens 8 apiece. For the Hawks, Crawford 7, 6 each to Dixon, McCabe and Tallis. Johnny Barker with 5 touches. Here's Daniel Chick. Johnson there as well. Taken high. Free kick going the Hawthorn way. It's going to Daniel Chick. Given a job further up the ground this afternoon. Coming up for his 5th possession. He has it in defensive 50 for the Hawks. They lead by a point. Just under 17 minutes remaining in this second term. Chick kicks long towards the wing. Edwards went up one hand and brought it to ground. Massey at ground level. Got it out. Johnson put it out in front of Bowe. He had to lay a tackle on Crawford. Play-on's the call. Stenglein keeps it alive for Adelaide. High kick inside 50. Burton. Stone went the fist. At ground level, Prosciutto tidies up to Hart from a standing start from 45 metres out. He pops it through for a goal. Adelaide hit the front. They move to 2-5-17. The Hawks are 2 straight goals. The home side by 5 points. We've gone almost 5.5 minutes in the second term.
And Benny Hart really enjoying himself up forward in a new role. But the most significant thing about that piece of play was there were 2 loose balls at ground level. Tyson Stenglein gets the first one. Mark Prosciutto gets the second one. Gives it out to Benny Hart. Not an opponent within 10 yards. That's an easy goal. That's far too easy for Adelaide. Hawthorn need to improve or they'll get blown away.
In his 235th game, Benny Hart, he's always wanted to play up forward. Well, you're doing that this afternoon, Ben. You'll be pretty pleased with that result. 2-5 Adelaide, 17. The Hawks at 2 straight goals, 12. So there's 5 the difference. Mitchell out of the middle for the Hawks. Inside the 50, looking down there for Holland. Punched away from him. Bassett, who's had an outstanding season. Outside the 50 now. Stenglein tapping it to the advantage of Johnson. Back to Stenglein. Gee, they worked that well around the captain of Hawthorn. And that's Crawford. Downfield, Chick at the back. Didn't panic. Short pass. Looking for Mitchell. Finds him. Backward to the wing. Down ground. Now a chance for the Hawks. A real opportunity for McCabe. He needs to pick up though. He does. He squares it to centre half forward. Stevens, in fact, it's opportunity for Barlow, kicked off the ground. That was McGregor over there trying to defend for Adelaide. Eventually Goodwin gets it to Bassett, and Bassett bangs it out to the wing, and Clark's taken the mark just backward of the wing on this western side. Adelaide about to storm forward. Kick goes searching for Stevens and finds him 75 metres out from goal.
Some worrying signs.
So Stevens wants to chip it over the top. He's got some run. It's Johnson. He marks 65 metres out on his left boot. Squares it up to the top of the goal square. Hawthorn back with numbers. The fist came from Simon Cox. Here's Prosciutto lurking at ground level. Numbers everywhere for Adelaide. Ladham's deep in the pocket. Squares it up. Opportunity for the cross. And he plucks one out of midair. 15 metres out, directly in front. And we'll go back to kick Adelaide's 3rd goal.
Well, that's Brett Burton's stage. Ball hitting the top of the square. Times his leap beautifully. Beautiful, clean hands. And far too easy for Adelaide. Some easy footy at ground level.
So Brett Burton directly in front. Drags the kick. Tugged it to the left and misses. Well, there is a terrible breeze here at Football Park, but you can't blame that one for that. That was just a stinker of a kick.
That breeze is going in the opposite direction, and we've said about Brett Burton before, he is a man who thrives on confidence, and at the moment, when his kicking's down, he can spray them around the place. His hands are working, but his foot skills are not at the moment. A costly miss for the Crows.
So the Hawks dodge a bullet there. Cox to Mitchell, back to Cox, all by hand. Over the top, back to Mitchell. They run it outside 50. Not sure where to go now. He's going to be shut down. Handball to Vandenberg. Smother comes. Adelaide working overtime in their forward 50. Chick to Stone. They've worked it all the way back. Rawlings to Chick. They try to run it through. In the end, they do so. And that's got to be one of the most difficult rush behinds in living memory. In the end, the Hawks escape. Only just. Great piece of work. They're working absolutely overtime there, putting the Hawthorn defence under pressure. In the end, they just managed to concede. Adelaide by 7 points. Rawlings, they're going to run it out again here, the Hawks. Ball didn't come back to him, and then turns it over, puts it right on the chest of Bickley. Handball to Hart. Can he make him pay? Little kick around the body. I'll give him credit. He was looking for John Cock. Here's McLeod. 15 metres out. Screws it around the body. Bingo, bango. He's hit the post. Well, opportunity goes begging there again. Andrew McLeod misses for the second time this afternoon. Hawthorn doing everything they can to commit suicide in the back 50, but Adelaide can't make them pay.
Well, Crawford's going to have a crack at this.
It's crisis time for them though, boys. You can just feel it. Crows have momentum. Their midfield are dominant. Hawthorn making mistakes, falling back into bad habits. The next 5 minutes are critical for them.
Well, it's been Cox and Rawlings and now their captain. And what can he conjure from full back? He's kicked and found Joel Smith. 20 to 12, Adelaide in front. And here's Tallis now. So all of a sudden they've got a bit of an opportunity here, the Hawthorn side, but it was 3 against 1 in that particular contest with that kick coming inside 50. And Bassett swings play out very wide to Stengline. Easton half-back flank, down round about 30 metres. Goodwin. Adelaide 20, the Hawks at 12. Short to Bickley. Testimonial match for Mark Bickley. Short pass is good. Mitchell standing the mark at 2:28. Johnson, I've already mentioned that he is having an outstanding season for Adelaide. He kicks inside the 50. Burton again. Gee, every time the ball's close, you know something spectacular is going to happen. Barker to Chick, and Chick just blazes, and Stengline should wrap it up and does, and plays on. And Johnson quickly to Bickley now, on the wing, on the logo. Bickley on the wing, on that eastern side. He bangs it well inside 50. Very busy area. Shell in the general vicinity, couldn't mark. John Cock coming through, can't gather, tries to work it away. McCabe hand pass to Chick, and Chick's going to have another crack at it. And this time he goes to a similar area, but once again Adelaide outnumber Hawthorn. Loney, the only player out there. The boundary line looms, but it's kept in play. And Massey, a long hand pass. So Adelaide reload again. Burton, who's done some spectacular things already. Stevens back to Massey. 20 to 12, Adelaide in front, inside 50, player down, off the ball. It could be Shell, not sure, shouldn't guess though, we'll know in a minute. Inside the attacking 50, and well, that tap by Chick, not perhaps as he would have liked. It went straight to an Adelaide player and eventually over the line. Now, who's the player?
It's Johnny Barker.
Johnny Barker for Hawthorn.
Looks in a bad way too.
We saw him get crunched in the last quarter last week, appeared to get some sore ribs, and that looks a little ribbish as well.
Well, he's coming off. I thought it might have been Shell because he was crunched in that hack that developed a couple of minutes ago, but it is Johnny Barker. He's coming off. John Cock, umpire having a good look at it. Bickley goes short. He's got Bode. So Adelaide persisting and persisting and persisting, and Bode now will line up from about 30 metres as Barker comes off. Doesn't look good at all.
He's got the jelly legs, doesn't he, Johnny Barker?
And Bode, the action with him at the moment, 11 and a half minutes remaining. There's Barker coming off. There's Shell in the middle of it now. That might be the one. Yeah, that's the oh, that's Barker on the bottom of it. So he was the man that was crunched, not Shell. And Barker's off. Boy, oh boy. He's off, and Campbell Brown is on, and that is Bode, Matty Bode, who's having a very, very good season. Here he goes now. He's going to kick from around about 40 metres, left foot. Tidy kick. Behind the goals, it is a goal.
They're down to just 6 housemates, and they're getting closer to the 250,000 big ones.
Security Sarah Mirabai.
They've survived all these weeks. Now one of them
is about to make grapple on the eviction stage.
Eviction, 7:30 Sunday. Then on live nominations, it's been the yellow room versus the purple room. But now they've all moved into the one room. Has it changed how they feel about each other?
Dodging votes has never been more crucial.
Live nominations, 7:30 Monday.
If you want advice and the best price on large screen TVs, see Truscott Hi-Fi. Like European Thomson stereo TVs with 100Hz flicker-free picture technology. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
For one housemate, time is up. You decide who's leaving the Big Brother house. Call 1902 555 010 to vote out Mirabai. Or 1902 555 011 to vote out Kira. Or 1902 555 012 to vote out Sarah. Voting lines will close 7:30 Sunday. Plus, watch out for your chance to win a Pizza Hut Big Brother eviction holiday. You have the power. Make your vote count. The Big Brother eviction, 7:30 Sunday on 10.
Share the excitement with the Optus Sports Tonight Player of the Round competition. You could win a weekly prize of the new Active Lifestyle Nokia 5210 or major prize of a trip to the grand final for you and 3 friends. Watch Sports Tonight Mondays for your chance to win.
Need an industrial space heater? Jetfire, Australian-made industrial portable heaters and dryers. Blast hot air into cold, frosty and damp areas. Jetfire, instant, efficient heating power.
Hi, I've got a seat here saved for you. No, I want you to sit down.
You'd be popular too if you're offering tax-free cars and trucks, like a Conovan, tax-free, and Courier, tax-free, but it must end June 30 and only from your Ford dealer.
You can't eat a Hungry Jack's Whopper in the ordinary way. You've got to hold on with both hands, spread your knees, bend forward at the hips so you miss all the drips.
The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Adelaide starting to make their dominance count on the scoreboard. The margin now out to 14 points. We've gone 13 minutes in the second term. We've had all the play so far in this second quarter. Wren got the tap down. Numbers again there with Adelaide, but it spills to McCabe. High kick goes inside 50. Holland's worked hard for a little result this afternoon. Dixon off the pack. Sprays it wide, out of bounds on the full. And we mentioned last week that Hawthorn, 81% by foot, they hit their target. So 1 kick in 5 was missing completely. And again, their foot skills letting them down this afternoon.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jason. A couple of their matchups not working as well. Smith on Hart and Chick on Rashudo, not working.
Bode was looking for Stengline, couldn't hold the mark. Barlow dished it out to McCabe. Little grubber kick will go inside 50. Crawford tried to keep it alive. Clever tap to Wren. Wren chips over the top to Barlow. Barlow runs into an open goal from 15 metres out and gets one back for the Hawks. Important goal, that one for Chris Barlow on the Hawthorn side. They're first for the quarter. And they pull the margin back to 8 points. They've been incredibly efficient inside 50. Inside 50's a 30-13, yet they've both kicked 3 goals. It's amazing.
It's a staggering result. Sean Wren's been a pretty reasonable player, using his intelligence just to get the ball over to Barlow, who kicks truly. Adelaide have been completely dominant, though. You'd expect them to be a lot further in front, but they're keeping the door ajar for Hawthorn, and that is dangerous against any opponent.
So the margin's still just back at 8 points. And they hang in this contest, the Hawks. Goal against the run of play. And Wren to go against Clark in the middle of the ground. Good bounce. Neither an effective tap. Vandenberg tried to get it forward for the Hawks. Here's Bode. Racking up touches is Matthew Bode. His 10th possession. Kicks it across his body. Going back with courage is Joel Smith to take the mark at half back. Smith towards the members' wing. Hawthorn just lifted by that last goal, you sense. Vandenberg looks for Mitchell. Again, they miss their target. Puts Holland under pressure, did very, very well. Dishes off to Green from 40 metres out and takes the goal. Square opportunity to mark taken by Hay. So Jonathan Hay will go back and have his first shot on goal for season 2002. He's only kicked 9 goals in his 93 games of football so far. And this, incredibly, to bring the Hawks within 2 points.
And was fantastic work by Jonathan Hay. He was caught behind Nathan Bassett as the floating footy came in, worked his way to the front and took a very, very good chest on.
Hay from point-blank range just chips it over the goal umpire's head, and Hawthorn have got 4.
And as you've said, they haven't gone forward very often, only their 14th time inside 50, but for 4 goals, extremely accurate in front of goals, and they're hanging in there. Adelaide extremely dominant. Luke Holland's provided a target up forward. This is off to Green. It's some great work from Jonathan Hay just to get himself in front of Nathan Bassett. Strength of body there. A very good mark. Kicks truly. Got Hawthorn back in the game. They've got some confidence now against the run of play. And are back in the game.
Jonathan Hay, as we mentioned earlier, has had a Richard season in defence. He may have enjoyed that. Kicking a goal for the Hawks. 4 goals, they're 24. Adelaide, 3 goals, 8-26. They're going into attack again, albeit very wide. McCabe, McLeod, he's got Massey, decides to kick under pressure, being tackled. Only went about 10 metres. Chick's got it. He was thinking about getting it from his teammate, McLeod. Now Rashudo from the wing, penetrating kick to within about 60. Players coming from all directions. Umpire says there was a push. It's an Adelaide free. Graham arguing the point. Stevens to take it. 9 minutes remaining until half-time. 2 the difference. Adelaide in front. Stevens, 85 metres from goal. Kicks to within about 15. Clark. Carter's there as well. Here's a chance for Bode. Loves this situation. And what's he done? He's missed. He's missed to the left-hand side. It was a good effort. Hawthorn 4 goals. Adelaide 3 goals 9. Let's head down to the boundary. Here's Aussie.
Yeah, well, the Crows, as we've seen, have been so dominant in this quarter, but the only thing that's keeping the Hawks in this game is just poor conversion. 4 goals straight Hawthorn, Adelaide 3 goals 9.
Richard Austin down to the boundary.
So Cox with the kicking in duties again for the Hawks. It's done in 9 minutes remaining in his second term. He goes short to the back pocket and finds Daniel Chick. His 11th possession for the Hawks, who leads the way on the stat sheet for them this afternoon. To Joel Smith, coming up to his 7th. Squares it across the face of goal. Mitchell. Lots to like about this youngster. His 10th touch this afternoon. He's put his body on the line for the Hawks. Goes outside the 50. Finds Simon Cox. So Hawthorn just setting up from half-back. We're breaking to the outer side of the ground. Cox kicks long around this member's wing. Holland's his target. Oh, real workhorse today, Holland. Ball at ground level. Tallis to Crawford. He's got a man running inside 50. It's McCabe. And he goes back with a fly to the ball and takes the mark. 40 metres out. You can see his angle. It's pretty tight. And there's no tougher pocket to kick goals from here at Football Park.
No, you're correct there, Jason. It is an extremely tough pocket, especially with this breeze. Luke McKay's been able to push forward on a couple of occasions this quarter, had a shot for goal, drilled it too low, which was intercepted by Nigel Smart. And as a defender, you wouldn't be backing in from here.
Braden Tallis just comes across to give him some advice. Through the 2 big ones, Luke. We'll have to start this out to the right-hand side and bring it back with the breeze. Kick on its way. It's just fading to the and hits the post. So behind it is Luke McCabe. And the Hawks, their first blemish for this afternoon. They move to 4-1-25. The Crows are 3-9-27. The margin 2 points. Approaching time on in the second term. Bassett wants to move it quickly. Goes short and finds Tyson Edwards. Edwards chips over the top. Bickley's his target. Coming in was Mitchell. Put body on body. At least created a contest. At ground level, Smart explodes off half-back. Kick went nowhere in particular. Umpire said he ran too far. Nigel Smart has run too far. And the free kick will come back to Hawthorn. It'll be taken by Barlow. 40 metres out, directly in front.
Gee, that's a tough call, I reckon. It didn't appear to run too far. We can count it now.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, about 18 or 19, I suppose.
I couldn't count that either.
Double ruck change, by the way, fellas.
But again, against the run of play, Hawthorn with another opportunity to put themselves in front.
Barlow, 45 out directly in front. Kick on its way. Looks good. He converts. The Hawks are back in front.
It's a scandal you won't believe.
Hey, what about when I was at that hotel bar and I saw Gwyneth Paltrow and Winona Ryder making out?
Bob, are you making this up?
Yes.
I'd kind of like to hear the rest of that story.
On Becker at 7:30. But then at 8, Robert's madly in love.
If you're just having fun with her, you shouldn't bring her around here. This is where fun goes to die.
Now everyone's going crazy.
I think Robert should do whatever makes him happy.
Well, I'm not going to let that happen.
Raymond following Becker Tuesday on 10.
When it comes to furniture, ma'am, no one beats Liquidation King for price. Floor covering, no one comes close to Discount City Carpets, baby.
Discount City Carpets' huge stock take sale is on now, with massive price reductions on timber flooring, ceramic tiles, vinyl, rugs, and thousands of metres of carpet clearing at genuine savings. Some stock below cost. Discount City Carpets' biggest stock take sale yet.
Now that's a sale.
Discount City Carpets, Superstores and Super Warehouse. Your one-stop flooring shop.
Right now at Video Easy, buy Ocean's 11 brand new on DVD for just $29.95. Plus, other great DVD titles at awesome prices. Ocean's 11 brand new on DVD for only $29.95. It's a crime.
There is more to see at Video Easy.
Star Wars Rogue Leader. Only for Nintendo GameCube.
Rockers have pulled out all stops to bring you some of the biggest bargains in the surplus stock sale catalogue.
Sheepskin seat covers only $32.95 each. Save a huge $10 on a 4-amp battery charger reduced to $19.95. Rain-X window treatments $5.75 each. Federal steel radials just $79.95, fitted and balanced.
This is one sale catalogue you don't want to miss. I didn't think anyone could move so fast.
Check the catalogue out now.
Lucy, Dougie's here.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi.
I got two.
Oh, let me guess. One chicken tandoori, one Ria Fiesta, both on the new Perfecto base, and some pepperoni dipsticks.
All for only $19.95 plus my delivery fee. So will I see you Saturday?
That depends
On what?
on whether I order pizza or not.
Right now at Video Easy, buy Ocean's 11 brand new on DVD for just $29.95. Plus, other great DVD titles at awesome prices. Ocean's 11 brand new on DVD for only $29.95. It's a crime.
There is more to see at Video Easy.
5-1 Hawthorn. Adelaide 3-9. Barlow off the bench last week and straight to full forward. He's done his job so far this afternoon. He's got a couple for the Hawks. Secondary bounce. Pretty well in the middle of Football Park. 5-1 to 3-9.
Collins' contests have been important, haven't they? It's an half forward. Hasn't had a lot of stats himself, just the 4 touches, but he's just creating a contest, giving them something to kick to.
He is such a great worker. Really provides that contested footy at centre half forward. Gives them something to kick to.
Easy area. Goodwin. Here's Bode. Off to his captain. And that's Rashudo. Off half back. Awkward one. McLeod made it look easy, didn't he? And then he sweeps it out wide. And now Johnson, 75 metres from goal. That's not a bad kick to Shell. Just couldn't grab it. Fell out of his hands over the line. Holding on though. He's going to take a free kick. Tight angle, about 45 from goal. Daniel Shell.
Well, I don't think Rawlins needed to do that. I don't think Daniel was going to mark the footy. Just giving away a loose free kick and giving the Crows an opportunity to kick a goal, but once again from this pocket, an extremely tough kick from Daniel Shell, who again can spray them in front of goals.
4 goals last week, beat Mal Michael, and he'd love this one as half-time approaches. 3-9 to 5-1, Hawthorn in front, Daniel Shell, tough angle, and he sprayed that well to the right, almost to mark. Burt goes short, very short to Massey. Now Stevens in the pocket, well smothered. Hawthorn. Andrew McLeod, some magic. Back it goes to Burton. Burton kicks to the goal square. They need a mark here. It's forced through. Ben hard in the area. Got his foot to it. It went through for behind. It's 3-10-28. Hawthorn at 5-1-31. We've played 22 minutes and 25 seconds. Second quarter.
Yeah, I'm sure Gary Ayres will not be happy at half-time with Adelaide having so much of the footy. You've got to put teams away when you get a chance, and the Crows have not done that today.
Changing strategy from the kick in. Joel Smith takes it, plays onto himself, goes out wide looking for Tallis. But Ben Hart stands tall and takes a good mark, 65 metres out from goal. Thought about playing on, now he goes. Kicks towards full forward, big tackle fly. Off the hands, it spills to the back, here's the dangerous McLeod. High kick goes straight up in the air. Goal umpire comes across, deems it to have gone through for one behind. So 3 behinds to McLeod this afternoon. And Adelaide edge closer, 3-11-29. Rather than the Hawks 5-1-31.
He's a magician when he gets hold of the footy. Andrew McLeod not kicking truly on that occasion, but what a half Ben Hart's had up forward for the first time this year. Being an extremely good player for Adelaide.
He reverts back to Simon Cox, and he goes short to Jade Rawlings. Kane Johnson, 18 possessions in this first half, just racking up the stats.
Doesn't he sneak up on you?
Really does.
He'll be leading their best and fairest, I would think.
Just gone about his business this afternoon. Rawlings goes short and finds Vandenberg at defensive 40. Vandenberg, big job on McLeod this afternoon. McLeod's had 13, Vandenberg coming up to his 4.
Probably been one of their best for the year, Jason, isn't he, Vandenberg?
He's had a fantastic season, averaging 14 touches a game. 8th in their possession count for the season, 4th in their inside 50s. He kicks high towards the wing, out of side. Good mark, Campbell. The youngster went up, took it with authority. Kicks around the wing.
Oh, courageous mark.
McCabe went flying back with it. Holland was coming out, he was charging on the long lead. McCabe knew he was coming, but he stood and took the mark. Wants to move it on quickly. Man inside the 50th, Mitchell. And he takes the mark despite, in fact, it's Stephen Green takes the mark despite the pressure from Stengline. Stephen Green coming up for his third touch. Son of Russell Green, playing in his 16th game of football. Left to kick into the teeth of this breeze. 48 metres out. Tries to keep it low, almost gets it to the line. But Brett Bigley's read it, timed his jump well, and fisted it through for a rush behind. The Hawks to 5-2-32. 3-point leaders over Adelaide, 3-11-29. We've gone almost 25 minutes in this second term.
Bassett, just short to Bigley. Good work to do, Adelaide, that's for sure. Bigley from half-back, almost into the centre. Hart was there. Cox was there, being wrapped up. Ball jarred free, eventually kicked forward by the Hawks, only as far as Bigley. Needs someone running fast. Tyson Edwards provides that. And then Tyson Edwards kicks beautifully, pinpoint. And Ben Hart, who's having a bit of fun up forward. As Chris McDermott said, first time for 2002. Inside the 50, Shell 3 deep in the back. Joel Smith now to Hodge. Just nonchalantly puts the footy on the ground and then sends it downfield to Barlow. Not a badly placed kick for Barlow. Now he's in trouble. Smart wraps him up. Ball spillage over the line. Umpire will toss it in. 3-11-29 Adelaide. The Hawks are 5-2-32. They lead by 3. To set up for Barlow, but Smart wrapped him up. By tossing it in over on that eastern flank. Cox. This is the hand pass. Bigley doesn't miss the footy, but the tacklers don't miss him. He's got no reverse gear, has he?
No, he only knows one way. Head down, backside up. In his testimonial match, doing extremely well.
2 minutes and 22 remaining until the long break. Goodwin, Cox. Head pass shoveled out of there. McGregor. Now Smart from Johnson. So maybe something for Adelaide here as Smart kicks down toward right half forward. Laddams in the general vicinity. Still with Laddams. Over to McLeod. Vandenberg with him. McLeod's kick smothered. Inside the 50. Now outside the 50 for Stevens. And Stevens loads up. Kicks to the front of the square. Shell. Chance to get his foot to it. Should be rushed through by the Hawks. It is. It's rushed through for a behind. 5-2 plays 3-12. 5-2 plays 3-12. We'll play 27 minutes second quarter.
4 rush behinds for the Crows, 3 of them in this quarter. The kick in was dangerous. It was looking for Cox. Came from Crawford. Cox was good enough to stand and take the mark. He hands off to Stone. Stone goes up the middle. The mark taken by Mitchell.
It doesn't look good though sometimes when they work the ball so slowly out of their back half. With some ailing foot skills, they leave the door open for the opposition.
Needs to be precise, this style of football. Mitchell up the middle. Finds Crawford, still inside defensive 50. He's got a man out wide now in space. It's Campbell Brown for his first touch in league football. Takes the mark and then chips around the wing, does it well. Finds Simon Cox. Handball to the runner, Stephen Green. Green will go inside 50. The tumbling kick, didn't have enough on it. Didn't quite make it to Jonathan Hay. Nigel Smart stood tall and took the mark. Mark Stevens breaks to the outer side for him. The kick missed its target. Stevens has to work hard to keep it in and does. Chips around the boundary line. Bickley couldn't keep it in. Got hands on it, spilled over, throw in.
Simon Goodwin coming off, boys. Young James Gallagher on for his first run for the season for the Crows. Simon Goodwin's probably been the Crows midfielder that's had least of the footy this year. Just appears to be struggling with some sort of leg injury.
It's 5 touches for Goodwin this afternoon. Campbell out of the ruck contest for Hawthorn. Gets it moving forward towards the 50. Barlow, Chick to run back onto it. One-handed pickup. Runs to 40 metres. Daniel Chick sets sail for home, but Bassett right there on the line. Juggles it over. Hence it's a rush behind to Hawthorn. They move to 5-3-33. Adelaide at 3-12-30, the margin 3 points. Dying stage of this second term. Bassett, a target outside 50. It's Massey, and he's got a man running for him. Bickley, around the outer wing. Touches the ball on the ground. Steps around Campbell like he wasn't even there. Kicks towards half forward. In front was Laddams. Ball hits the deck. Vandenberg to work hard for the Hawks. Little handball was looking for Brown. He was pushed off it. Players pile in on top. Umpire will bounce right alongside the boundary on the outer side at Football Park. We tick over 29 minutes in this second term. The Hawks lead by 3 points, and it is the half-time margin. Scrappy, tough, physical affair. Peter Schwab wouldn't mind that in the slightest. He just looks up at the scoreboard and sees that it reads Hawthorn 5-3-33. Adelaide are 3-12-30. in that quarter. The Hawks kicked 3 goals, 3. Adelaide kicked 2 goals, 8. 3 of those were rush behinds.
The official AFL Carlton Draft Goal of the Year competition. Get ready to choose the best goal from round 10. Is it goal A, this barnstorming goal from Peter Everett? Or goal B, this freakish goal from Peter Burgoyne?
Normally can do something unbelievable.
Or is it goal C, a brilliant banana from Stephen Milne? For A, call 1902 555 031. For B, call 1902 555 032. For C, call 1902 555 033. Round 9's winner was Lance Piccioni. If Lance's goal is chosen as the Carlton Draft Goal of the Year, he'll win a week's holiday for 2 at the Hyatt Regency Coolum. This week's callers have the chance to win a $250 AFL Store gift voucher. All callers also get the chance to win a seat at the 2002 AFL Grand Final. And they also go into the major draw for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Ireland to see the 2002 International World Series. The official AFL Carlton Draft Goal of the Year. Surprise number 1, Intruders. Surprise number 2, All Up for Nomination. Surprise number 3, Double Eviction. What else could Big Brother possibly have up his sleeve? They have no idea, but you're about to find out. Live 8:30 Tuesday, Gretel goes into the Big Brother house and surprises them with the ultimate challenge. 5 housemates, 100 grand up for grabs, 1 hour to do it. What they'll do for money is anyone's guess. The MasterCard Charity Challenge, 8:30 Tuesday.
When it comes to furniture, man, no one beats Liquidation King for price. Floor coverings, no one comes close to Discount City Carpets, lady.
Discount City Carpets' huge stock take sale is on now, with massive price reductions on timber flooring, ceramic tiles, vinyl, rugs, and thousands of metres of carpet clearing at genuine savings. Some stock below cost. Discount City Carpets' biggest stock take sale yet.
Now that's a sale.
Discount City Carpets, Superstores and Super Warehouse. Your one-stop flooring shop.
Share the excitement with the Optus Sports Tonight Player of the Round competition. You could win a weekly prize of the new Active Lifestyle Nokia 5210 or major prize of a trip to the grand final for you and 3 friends. Watch Sports Tonight Mondays for your chance to win.
Mate, we're running on him. Better pull in. Fill us up, mate. Thanks.
Fill up on KFC's ultimate 3-piece feed. 3 pieces of original recipe chicken, regular chips, potato and gravy, and a dinner roll, and a Pepsi, and a real dairy avalanche. It's KFC to the max.
The Hawks by 3 points as we start the second half here at Football Park. And what's really turning out to be an enthralling contest. Crawford ended up going up and getting the tap. Still to Bickley though. He's wrapped up by Cox and McCabe. Crawford in there again. There's Sam Mitchell. Stengline got a piece of him. We'll have a secondary bounce.
And no real changes by either coach at half-time. Michael Dowdy onto his first run, replacing Chris Laddams out on the wing. And Hawthorn letting it sit. Obviously, Peter Schwab pretty happy with the way they've gone in the first half.
So inside the centre square. Biglands and Wren go at it. Bode will give off there to Johnson. Dowdy put his body on the line. Mitchell in there again, as is McCabe. And yet another bounce on centre wing.
Pretty important for Hawthorn. They can just try and get hold of the first footy, get the first goal, get some momentum back, start the quarter as they finish the second.
Wren and Biglands both tapping in the same direction. Bode sharked it for Adelaide. Vandenberg went off the ground. It's right in the middle of the ground. Bode tracks after it again. Green to beat, did it well. Massey, sweeping handball to Dowdy. It's been a free kick, it's going the other way. It's for a throw. It's coming back to Daniel Chick. Legal disposal there. Daniel Chick has the free kick in the middle of Football Park. Dixon offers a lead after the 50, that's ignored. Chick goes further afield. Here comes Hay, underneath the football. Barlow at the back, gathered on the bounce. Handball to McCabe. Oh, beautifully stepped around Stengline. Chips it inside the 50. The mark is taken by Stephen Green. About 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Chance to kick the first goal of the third term.
And Luke McCabe's had a fantastic game so far. Had a few shots at goal. More known as a defender, took a courageous mark in that second quarter. And then just having the presence of mind to chip short. Hawthorn with an opportunity to get this game off, or his third quarter off to a great start.
Green, he comes. Can he convert for the Hawks? He keeps it low. Swings away to the left-hand side, though, and through for one behind. So a missed opportunity there for Hawthorn. Goals hard to come by this afternoon. We've had just 8 of them. The Hawks have 5. They're 5 goals, 4-34. Adelaide are 3-12-30. We've gone 2 minutes in the third term.
All of the action up the northern end of Football Park as Bassett goes short to Goodwin. For the difference, Hawks in front. Goodwin from the back pocket. Out to the half-back flank. Oh, good mark taken by Adelaide's big ruckman, Biglands. Over to Johnson. And Johnson lets go. Good, strong, penetrating kick down toward right half forward. Graham, though, marks easily in defence. Hand passes to Chick, and then he hand passes to Crawford. He's in trouble. Edwards comes at him, but he gets the hand pass away to Chick. And Chick eventually outside of 50. That was a pinpoint kick. And Dixon marks on the eastern half-back flank for the Hawks. Kicks it into the general vicinity of the wing over on that eastern side. A bit of hard work there on Goodwin. And he gets the free kick. He's rewarded for being brave. There's his kick from the wing. Downfield, Burton. Uncontested. 75 metres from goal. And swings and tries to get his kick away. It was good work by Brown in the end. And then Burton has a shot. Second shot is outstanding.
Yes, and Peter Schwab and Hawthorn would be very disappointed. Again, their poor foot skills letting them down. Dixon's kick forward was not good. Hung up in the air. Simon Goodwin got the result, a free kick. Got the ball to Burton. And far too easily allowed to recover the loose footy. His kicking for goal today hasn't been great, but kicked truly on that occasion. The start Adelaide wanted and not the start Hawthorn were looking for. Some poor defensive efforts and a great goal to Brett Burton.
So Adelaide take the lead early in the third quarter here at Football Park. It's 4 goals 12 to 5 goals 4. The home side by 2 points. Can the Hawks fight back? Biglands against Wren. Biglands got it down to Stengline. Inside 50 again for Adelaide. Coming out to meet it with Stevens. He had 3 to beat. Dished off a handball to Rashudo. He shrugs off a tackle from 40 metres out. Kicks one of the goals of the year. Brilliant goal from Mark Rashudo. He exploded away from 2 tacklers. He was off balance. Right foot kick with that breeze. Brought it back on the breeze beautifully. What a goal.
Great smart head by Mark Rashudo and some great work from Mark Stevens. Winning the contested football, dishing off to Mark Rashudo, who kicks truly from inside 40. And that is the strength of the Adelaide Footy Club. The ball out of the centre square, quickly inside 50. The smaller brigade running at the contest and finishing off truly. They are away.
What a clever kick by Mark Rashudo, who was off balance. He was heading in the wrong direction. Brought it back on the breeze. And it's Adelaide by 8 points, and the crowd are getting excited here at Football Park. The Hawks need one back.
Adelaide going into attack again, down toward right half forward, past Joel Smith and also Smart. G. Brown attacked the footy strongly. Here's Smart now, wheeling and dealing. 50 metres from goal to Tyson Edwards. Gets around his oncoming opponent and goes short and finds Bickley. And Bickley's mark, 48 metres from goal.
Those alarm bells are going off again, boys. The Adelaide Footy Club getting the ball out of the centre square. Their clearances where they are completely dominant at the moment. Where the game is being won at the moment. They've started this third quarter like they've had a rocket from Gary Ayres at half-time. They are responding. They've kicked straight for goal this quarter, 2 out of 2. And the former skipper in his testimonial game, try and make it 3 out of 3.
239th game, 48 metres. This would be fitting. He's missed to the right-hand side. To behind, Adelaide 5-13, 43. The Hawks are 5-4, 34. We've played 6 minutes, third quarter.
Marching out to 9 points now. Cox with the kick in, bumps it long, straight down the middle. They'll contest inside the centre square. Interference in the contest goes the way of Mark Graham. Handball to McCabe, to Green. Hawks generate some run off half-back, looking for Holland. Interference in the contest, umpire said play on. Crawford back to McCabe, who ran on, goes inside 50 and finds Tallis. Well, that is where the Hawks have looked most dangerous this afternoon, when they've managed to break off half-back and run hard.
Yeah, it certainly is. As we've said, they haven't had the ball inside 50 an awful lot today, but they've been pretty efficient when they have, and this is a very important kick from Tallis. Maybe just beyond reach, kicking into this breeze. They need a goal from this forward movement.
A renowned goal kicker, just 16 in his 127 games of football. Doesn't look certain of himself. Thought about giving off. Now he's going to go back and have a shot. Important kick. Again. False starts. Now he's got to go back. Still wants to give it off. You can tell in his eyes. Now he decides to have a kick and squares it up to the top of the goal square. Wanting Hay to provide a contest or Holland. But Bassett in the end came out and took an uncontested mark 35 metres out from goal. Hawks need to build some confidence. Bassett, half-back away for the Crows. A handball to McGregor. Outside defensive 50 finds Bode. His 14th possession for the afternoon, Matthew Bode. Goes around the wing. There's Rashudo. Takes the mark. Superior foot skills at the moment by Adelaide. Towards half-forward. Great mark by Joel Smith. Deceptively strong. One of the strongest players at the club at Hawthorn. And he stood shoulder to shoulder with Nigel Smart. Worked him off magnificently. First game back, as we mentioned, and he has been very, very good for them at half-back so far this afternoon. Kicks to a contest on centre wing. Wren. Ground level. Chance here for Adelaide. Dowdy managed to get his foot free to get the foot on the football. Cox. Green. Rides a bump. Goes inside the 50. Holland's his target. Back to Tay down there. Bassett sockers it off the ground. It goes outside defensive 50. Bickley attacks it now for the Crows. Bickley. High kick around the wing. Edwards in front position. Brown spoils, brings it to ground. Bode there. McCabe there as well. Nigel Smart has got runners forward to the ball. McLeod to Rashudo. He runs to 55. Goes looking for the Burton lead. He works his man under the ball and takes the mark. Burton plays on. 20 metres out. Steps around Stone. Runs to 5. Runs to 2 metres out and bangs it through.
Good afternoon. Updating 10 News. A political storm brewing over the federal government's move to extend the migration exclusion zone to all islands off our northern coast. The racing industry in crisis, with jockey clubs saying public liability insurance is now out of their reach. Pakistani jets shoot down an Indian spy plane. And a gruelling cattle drive from Burkeville ends in South Australia's far north. Details at half-time in the footy.
We started playing cricket, and I hit the ball so high that Uncle Mark forgot where he was going. He tried to catch the ball and landed face first. Mark, it was so funny, Dad. He should have been there.
Hey, we're running on him. Better pull in. Fill us up, mate. Thanks.
Fill up on KFC's ultimate three-piece feed. 3 pieces of original recipe chicken, regular chips, potato and gravy, and a dinner roll, and a Pepsi, and a real dairy avalanche. It's KFC to the max.
Feel the on-ground pressure of the game and make the hard calls the coach won't. Only Optus the Coach puts you in the coach's box and takes AFL viewing outside the square. You call the shots from your armchair every Saturday night on 10 with thanks to Optus.
There's over 21 million prizes to win at McDonald's, plus 5 Honda CRVs and 2 Honda Odysseys. These Samsung home entertainment systems and 25 free Australia holidays to the Novotel destination of your choice. Simply get the game plan from selected products and match the letters on a Scrabble board for your chance to win. Plus there's millions of instant prizes. It's massive.
Hello? Yeah, look, I want to quit smoking.
Sure, well, you've taken the first step. That's great. Planning ahead is really important.
And I can send you a quick book if you'd like.
Call Quitline on 131848. 131848.
And it's opened things up a little for Adelaide. They're 15 points in front. It's 49 to 34. 49 to 34. They're about to go into attack again. Rashudo knocked it only as far as Joel Smith. Out wide with a hand pass onto the wing. Dowdy quickly to Burton. In fact, it's Johnson. Short. Good kick to their captain, and that's Rashudo. And Rashudo marks. He marks on 50. He's going back. He's looking up. He sees the goals a long way away. It's 6-13 to 5-4. 49 to 34. Joel Smith limping off.
Looks like that hammy again, boys. That's a sorry sight for Hawthorn.
Here's Rashudo. Margin at the moment, 15. Kicks from 55. Not the distance, not the accuracy though. It's out of bounds on the full. 6-13 to 5-4. No change in the score. We've played 10.5 minutes third quarter.
Crows by 15 points. Graham, the kick in. Got a man in space, it's Hodge. Has to stand underneath it as Edwards approaches. He keeps his eyes on the ball and takes the mark. Third touch for Luke Hodge, number 1 pick in last year's draft. Playing his 4th game. Chip over the top, missed his target, Stone. McLeod comes in to shut him down and just put some pressure on. Campbell Brown away from half-back, advantage paid. Tumbles a kick to half-forward. Smart attacked it on the bounce. Adelaide now on the counter-punch. Tumbles a kick back towards half-forward for the Crows. But that too misses its target. And Mark is taken down there by Nick Stone. Stone's defensive 50. McLeod stands the mark. Uncertain of his options. Just gone a bit static at the moment, the Hawks. Holland presents himself as he has done all afternoon. But McGregor there fist it towards the line for a throw-in.
You're right, they have gone static in the midfield. Shane Crawford being shut right down by Tyson Stenglein, doing a fantastic job this quarter. No run at all out of the Hawthorn midfield.
Throw in on centre wing. Bigland's got the tap at the back. Rashudo. Some sort of volleyball spike over the top. Umpire spotted it. Here's the throw. Free kick will go to Daniel Chick. 16th touch, the most for the Hawks. Chick on centre wing. You get something moving. He'll bump it long inside the 50. Tackle set themselves. Dixon's there for the Hawks. Holland got hands to it, couldn't bring it down. Tallis at ground level. Smart's got a couple to beat. Little handball out to Dowdy. He explodes off the back edge of the centre square. Kicks towards half forward. Going back, taking a well-judged mark there was Campbell Brown. His 3rd touch. Man in space on the wing is Simon Cox. You know he's good by foot. Can he find a target inside 50? The lead's on from Dixon, and look at that kick. Right out in front of his eyes. That's what the Hawks have lacked this afternoon.
Look, you're right, it is. And it just appears that Simon Cox is one of the few players in the Hawthorn team that's able to hit a target with his foot skills. They've been really let down by the use of the footy today. They've hung in there manfully, but their feet skills have been far inferior to that of Adelaide. That's hurt them in the end on the scoreboard.
Dixon also thought about giving it off. Now he's setting himself for a shot on goal. He's kicked 14-4 for the season. 45 metres out, Ben Dixon starts it left, brings it back. Gone savagely across the face of goal. Misses to the right-hand side for a behind.
It's some good news for Hawthorn, and they need some at the moment. Johnny Barker on the ground. Peter Schwab with some worries.
Take away for Ben Hart out to Stenglein, half back in defence. Stenglein's kick is out of bounds on the full. So that was a little casual. Don't mean that in an offensive way, but boy, oh boy, no pressure whatsoever. Crawford, the skipper, using the hand pass onto the wing. Brown, back it goes to Simon Cox. Hand pass okay. Barlow, 75 metres from goal, looking for Dixon over his head. He's got to get back and hit the point post. It was set up for Dixon, but in the end, there was nothing doing. It's 5-5. Adelaide is 6-13. The Hawks 5-5-35. Adelaide 6-13-49. We've played 14 minutes. Third quarter. Door slightly ajar here for the Hawks. Barlow tackle, brought to the ground by Johnson in the umpire bounce.
They're having a moment here, Hawthorn, aren't they? The last couple of minutes, they've had it inside their 50. They just need something on the scoreboard to show for their hard work.
Yeah, they certainly do. Just look how congested though their forward line is. First quarter we commented how open it was. At the moment, very congested.
There's the bounce. A lot of spare room. Somehow Bigland gets it to Tallis. Tallis' kick is covered. Adelaide, a An opportunity to roll away from defence. That hand pass was a good one by Matthew to Bode. Bode outside the defensive 50. Good kick out very wide past Vandenberg. And it found its target, Tyson Edwards. He slipped and he fell over the line. 6:13:49 Adelaide. The Hawks are 5:35. And there's 9 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. Daniel Shell off the ground.
Matthew Clark comes on, goes deep into the forward line, picked up by Jake Rawlings. Ball's on centre wing out of side. Mitchell and Crawford there for the Hawks. Crawford tries to keep the ball in play. Bigland takes him to the line. They've yet another throw in. Margin is 14 points. 15 minutes gone. And the Hawks have certainly stemmed Adelaide's momentum in the last 5 minutes. They just need to turn that around now and create some of their own and get a goal. Massive players around this ball. Umpire kicks out a free kick. It's going the way of the Hawks. Advantage paid. Tallis breaks away from the congestion. Spears the kick towards the 50. Coming out on the lead is Hay. He takes the mark. Right on 50, Jonathan Hay. Fourth touch for him this afternoon. Kicked one goal. That came in the second term. We'll see on replay. 50's eyes on the ball. Took the physical contact from Nancy and held on to it. Here's Hay. Has to kick this from right on 50, just outside. Kick on its way. No problems with the distance. Been really giving it a ride. He's just taken it to the left-hand side and missed. So the Hawks. Just another opportunity there. They've kicked 3 behinds this quarter. Adelaide have kicked 3 goals, 1. The margin is now 13 points. It's the outside. Bigland takes the mark and away he goes. Only momentarily. Not sure where he's going, so he holds it up. Kicks around the outer wing, looking for Johnson. Kick had too much carry on it. McCabe got a hand in it. Crawford, another one of those volleyball spikes. That one's let go. Tallis. Inside the 50. All Adelaide. Bassett stands underneath it, takes the mark. Wants to switch play to the member side. Gives it to Ben Hart. He has a bounce. Outside the 50. Beautiful kick to McLeod. Adelaide have been pinpointed at their disposal this afternoon. McLeod had 2 to beat. The kick had to be perfect, and it was. To Bickley. Just back with a centre wing. The centre half forward, Smart comes out. Mark 65 metres out from goal. Open forward line. Lots of room to lead into. Smart decides to put it up towards the top of the square. Here's Burton. Couple of players get hands on the football. At ground level, Wren dives in. Burton went the hack. Play on's the call. Chick dribbles it towards the defensive goal line. Decides to keep it in. And the Hawks will attack around this member's wing. Mitchell went. Couldn't hang on to it. And the ball spills over for a throw in.
And once again, the foot skills. I mean, Daniel Chick, he should know better running out of defence like that. Had the option of 2 targets. Nick Holland being one of them. Not able to hit a target. And Sean Wren, great courage, throwing his body on the footy. That is vintage Sean Wren.
Yeah, a bit unlucky not to have a free kick there, you would have thought. Adelaide through Bode, just had it, lost it, gets it back again. Thanks to Johnson. Now Bickley, 60 metres from goal. Burton to have another crack at it, and also Clark down there. McCabe head passing through, concedes the behind. 6:14:50 Adelaide, the Hawks 5:6:36. We've played 17 minutes and 50 seconds third quarter.
Just need a goal, Hawthorn. They've got themselves back in the game, getting some possession. Need to be rewarded on the scoreboard. Cannot afford to let Adelaide get too far in front.
Rawlings coming in, Footy Park. Looking to find out the crowd numbers because it looks a capacity to me, that's for sure. There's Rawlings kick to himself and then out very wide for about 75-80 metres. Crawford over the top. Umpire has a good look at it, says holding the ball. So Crawford to take the free kick. Against Stengline, 50-36. Shane Crawford, outstanding season for the Hawks, their best. That is for sure. Had 4 or 5 who have been down. He certainly hasn't. Taken a strong mark by Bickley in his testimonial match. Judged it superbly, having a great season, Mark Bickley, down towards Tyson Edwards. That's a strong mark. Very strong mark. And the umpire didn't pay it. You look like a mark to me, Chris.
It certainly did. And Hawthorn especially breaking down at centre half forward. A lot was spoken about Nick Collins' effort. That one on Tyson Edwards, and that is a mark in anyone's game.
He had it for a week, didn't he?
That's a clean mark.
50-odd-thousand degrees. I think most of it up here did too. Chick pulled off the footy after getting it from Wren. It's an opportunity now for Crawford at the back of the pack. Swings it over the top of the pack, looking for Barlow and Hart. Judges it nicely. Hart on the wing, about to send Adelaide into attack.
Just giving their teammates no chance at the moment. Hawthorn bombing it in on top of their head. Hodge cuts across and makes the intercept on centre wing. Handball to Mitchell. Possession number 12 for him. To Cox. He's one who can go the distance from outside 50, but had his space closed down. little chip kick inside for Loney. Hodge ran on. Handball to Barlow. He can unload from 49 metres. It's an open goal square. It's coming back. And I think it's through for a goal. It is. So Chris Barlow gets his third goal. And that was the one that Hawthorn needed just to stay in touch. We mentioned they've turned the tide, and now they've got to get it going back their way.
Yeah, they certainly do, and a great reward after 5 or 10 minutes of pretty good footy. Benny Hart, the villain on that occasion. We've spoken a lot today about Adelaide's foot skills. But Ben Hart on that occasion, when he squared the ball, just didn't hit the kick properly. The resultant turnover, a hard-earned goal to Hawthorn.
Hawks hang in. Nick Holland comes off to be replaced by Nick Stone, who's gone inside the forward 50.
They're breaking down there at the moment, so not a bad move.
Wren against Clark. Back to 8 points the margin. Can the Hawks manufacture something here? Vandenberg crashes through. Handball to McCabe. Off to Chick. They go inside 50 again. Opportunity here for Hawthorn. Attacking it on the bounce was Hodge. Massey had hold of him. Play on's the call. Barlow twists and turns. Tries to keep it alive. Brings it back. It's all Adelaide. Bassett read it better. Couldn't take the mark. Hey, out of mid-air. Hart, the goalkeeper, came across and saved it. Came from nowhere to take the mark. Now Adelaide are away. McLeod to Dowdy's got space on the outer wing. Steps inside Vandenberg. Run down from behind by Tallis holding the ball. Well, we've seen every time the Hawks have got a goal, they've just lifted their spirits, lifted their work rate. And they're a snip again here. It's only 8 points the margin. They kick across and find McCabe. Inside the centre square. McCabe goes short and finds Wren. He's still 65 metres out from goal. Sean Wren.
Need some patience now, Hawthorn. Important kick this one from Wren. They've bombed a lot this quarter. Haven't made the most of their opportunities, especially the last 10. They need to hit a target.
Barlow offers the lead. So does Stone. In the end, he goes short towards Hodge. Couldn't take the mark. Stevens tidies up for Adelaide. Thumps it into space on the outer side. McLeod tracks back. Brown, the only chance there for Hawthorn. Did well. Brought his man to ground and forced the throw in. They'd be happy with that result because it was a 2-on-1 situation. Campbell Brown laid body on body there. Did enough to get it to the line.
Sure his father would be very happy with that. Good tough effort at the contest.
8 points the margin. 4 minutes remaining in the third term. Wren gets the tap through the hands of Crawford. Sends line off the ground towards half forward. Chance for Stevens. Barker in there working hard. He's come back onto the field. We saw him left lead play earlier in this game. Had some sort of rib problem or winded or wasn't moving at all well. Had some jelly legs. He was crunched in that marking contest. He's back on. Forced the ball up on that occasion. Clark off the tap. Johnson taken high in the tackle by Mitchell. Advantage was paid and then brought back as Rashudo stopped play. The free kick will come back to Kane Johnson, his 23rd disposal. He'll have it about 60 metres out from goal. Gets up a bit ginger.
Yeah, he missed a bit of training too during the week, I believe, Kane Johnson. He does suffer from some leg injuries, and that is a worrying sign for Adelaide fans as well.
Pronounced slip there from Johnson. Goes inside the 50, McCabe. Work boat off it to take the mark. Hawthorn break to the members' side of the ground. Can they get some run going? Stone and Graham. Eventually Stone goes for the Hawks. High kick again. Johnson coming off. Straight up on top of the head of Tallis. Gave him no chance. Hart picked him off. Edwards to Dowdy. Off the front edge of the centre square. Goes inside 50. Stevens almost there for Adelaide. At ground level, the ball's still alive. Chick goes in. McLeod gets a piece of him. It comes to Vandenberg. Twisting and turning. Evades the would-be tacklers. Then kicks to the outer side. The Hawks are a chance. It's Shane Crawford. He's got plenty of space. Stenkline comes to him now to try and run him down.
Barlow, and Johnson was coming off, but he's still on, but he's hobbling. That kick, a good one to Cox, who marked 50-42, 2 minutes and 45 remaining. You can see all of that. Here's Bassett out in front, but it falls a lot shorter than that. And Loney's taken the mark. And Loney is going to kick tight angle from about 48 metres. Here's a thumping kick to Nathan Loney, left footer. 50-42, now Johnson's coming off. And Laddam's coming on. Johnson was coming off, but then the footy, there he is there. There's Loney. Johnson at last coming off, and Laddam's coming on. So here's Loney, the left footer. 49 metres, that's not a bad looking kick. It's right there, that is a goal. Or is it? No, he's missed. 50-43. 50-43, 6-14, 50 Adelaide, the Hawks 6-7, 43, 7 the difference. We played 24.5 minutes, third quarter. Mitchell off green on for the Hawks. Bassett straight up the middle, finds Bode. Defensive
30. Takes it to the outer side. He's got a man in space out there. Mark taken by Laddams. Around the outer wing. McGregor and a couple of metres on Campbell. Handball to Edwards. Good play from Campbell. Made Edwards double back. Bought them some time. Chips inside 50. Bigland stands tall. Rawlings got the fist. It spills to Burton. He dribbles it along the ground. End over, and the goal! Brett Burton gets his third for the quarter. And the Crows settle back into a 13-point lead. They're 7-14-56. The Hawks are 6-7-43. And Brett Burton's been the danger man in this third term. He's finishing the job.
He certainly has been. He's on fire in this third quarter. Was always a danger in the first half. Was just not accurate in front of goal this quarter. 3 opportunities to goal, 3 goals. Doesn't matter whether it's in the air or off the deck. He is a dangerous player.
Clever finish. Knew exactly what he was doing there, Brett Burton. Burton with his third gives the home side a 13-point lead. A minute and a half remaining before three-quarter time.
And 17 for the season for Brett Burton. A minute 32 remaining. Adelaide into attack again. Oh, strong grab by Hawthorn. No, it was touched off the boot, according to the umpire, who was right on the scene. Stevens arguing the point. Minute 18 remaining. Umpire to bounce inside the 50 for Adelaide. Clark easily trying to caress it down to Rashudo, who's in and over the footy. Chip in and over the footy. Gave it straight to Stevens. Stevens has a shot at goal. It'll come up just short. Burton there. They've got 3-on-2 here, Hawks. So they should work it out, and they do. Crawford, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. So Adelaide, about 60 metres around from their goal, will head back into attack. Short pass by Dowdy to Rashudo's okay. And Rashudo probably about the same distance out, but on a slightly better angle. 7-14 to 6-7. Kick within 20 metres. 3 or 4 up. Adelaide at the back. Stevens, an opportunity, needs to give it off. Does. Bode about to be confronted by Chick. Here's Callis looking for Chick. Went past him. Now Dowdy working it to the boundary line. Over the line, and the umpire says toss it in. 7-14 plays, 6-7, three-quarter time approaching.
Again, frustration that Handball missed its target. If it had hit it, Hawthorn would have been away.
Yep, absolutely. A poor handball, and Crawford's poor kick kicks the ball in the Adelaide danger zone.
28 seconds on the clock. Send line from the stoppage. Great smother there from the Hawks. It was Campbell. Bickley tried to pick it up, goes again. Now he's run down. Keeps his feet, goes again the third time. Bickley well played. Send line to Goodwin from 52 metres out. Spears it inside the 50. Last chance for Adelaide, and the mark has been taken. Mark to Ken McGregor. Biglands it is. He's 15 metres out directly in front. Worst case scenario for the Hawks. It was almost inevitable, wasn't it, when it was on that outer side. You saw the time clock ticking down.
Well, it was far too easy for Mark Bickley. I mean, he fumbled the ball 3 times below his knees at ground level, uncharacteristically. No pressure from Hawthorn. The result in football ends in the hands of Brett Bickley.
So Bigland's after the siren at three-quarter time, directly in front. In he comes, and hammers it through for a goal. That one will sting. The Crows go to three-quarter time with the momentum, and a handy 19-point lead. They're 8-14-62. Hawthorn are 6-7-43. In that quarter, 5 goals to the Crows, 1 goal to the Hawks. Adelaide by 19 points.
Play DVDs in the car. It's all a Stratfield and more affordable than you think. An in-car plug-and-play DVD player with infrared remote control, including a 5.6-inch TFT screen. Mounted in your dash, you'll keep the kids entertained in the back seat of your car. It's that easy, and it's great for the holidays. Entire package, only $699. That's right, an in-car DVD player with 5.6-inch TFT screen, $699. Stratfield, drive in and drive away. Call 1311 77.
If you want advice and the best price on large screen TVs, see Truscott Hi-Fi. Like European Thompson stereo TVs with 100Hz flicker-free picture technology. Truscott Hi-Fi, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
claim with SGIC, and we'll guarantee repairs carried out by an SGIC quality repair for the lifetime of the vehicle. At SGIC, we assess each home we insure individually, so you won't pay more than you should.
Share the excitement with the Off the Sports Tonight Player of the Round competition. You could win a weekly prize of the new Active Lifestyle Nokia 5210 or major prize of a trip to the grand final for you and 3 friends. Watch Sports Tonight Mondays for your chance to win.
The Crows kicked 5 goals to Hawthorn's 1 goal for.
Maybe the breeze has swung a little bit. The Hawthorn may have it. I mean, it is pretty well straight across the ground. The Crows certainly had no problem kicking goals right of screen. Maybe Hawthorn have it this quarter.
The final term action is the Crows by 19 points. Clark off the tap, the send line. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Cox and Wren. Will have a secondary bounce.
That's where Hawthorn have been thumped today, in the centre square. Adelaide absolutely dominant with the ball out of the midfield.
9-3. Centre clearance stack for the afternoon in favour of Adelaide. Wren got the tap out on that occasion. Chance here for Adelaide to run onto it. Rashudo will thump it long. It's an open forward line for Adelaide. Stevens will fly from behind. Campbell Brown, City Brown in front. Still to Graham. High kick up and under towards the wing again. Rashudo takes the mark. 21st stat. Goes in for it and finds Bode. He's been busy also. His 18th possession for Matthew Bode. Just forward to centre wing. Holds it up. Now goes inside the 50. Again, Stevens is his target. Brings it to the ground. Burton tried to kick it out of midair. Green had it and lost it. Play on for call. Players piling on top of the umpire. Lets it go. Clark has it through his hands now. Eventually the umpire calls for a bounce. It's been a real strength of Adelaide with loose footy, especially inside 50. Just their desperation to keep the ball alive. Hold it inside 50. Create scoring opportunities for them. Really taking the position. Clark wrestling. Ball ends up at their feet. 10-1 sliding in for Adelaide. Ends up quite wide for Hawthorn. No one
your family have been looking for. The Mitsubishi Mirror.
Price of $39,990 for the manual and $41,990 for the automatic. You'll want to get up close and personal with him, but call this number to arrange a test drive at the dealer near you. Mitsubishi, spirited cars for spirited people.
When it comes to furniture, man, no one beats Liquidation King for price. Floor covering, no one comes close to Discount City Carpet, please.
Discount City Carpet huge stock day sale is on now with massive price reductions on timber flooring, ceramic tiles, vinyl, rugs and thousands of metres of carpet clearing at genuine savings. Don't stop below top. Discount City Carpet's biggest stock day sale yet. Now that's a treasure. Discount City Carpet, superstores and super warehouses. Your one-stop flooring shop. Get the whole picture with a widescreen television with radio ready. Sports, your favourite shows, and even radio episodes will take on a full new look. LG widescreen TVs with 29.65 weekly rental, or be one of the first to have a Sony widescreen digitally integrated TV as your 3640 weekly rental. Plus, rent or buy any widescreen TV and receive a $100 gift voucher. And get a $100 trade-in off any working remote TV. Radio rental, 20-hour sub.
Mate, we're running on it. Better pull in.
Thanks.
Fill up on KFC's ultimate 3-piece feed. 3 pieces of original recipe chicken, regular chips, potato and gravy, and a dinner roll, and a Pepsi, and a real dairy Adelaide. It's KFC to the max.
41,162 fans see Mark Prosciutto kick his third goal. Adelaide extend their lead out to 31 points. There's over 10 minutes remaining in this contest. Clark up the tap down to McLeod. To Prosciutto. They go forward again inside the 50. Opportunity here for Adelaide. Going back and taking a strong mark is Mark Stevens. Just held off his man, Nick Stone. Held him out of the contest. Then he pushed for it at the last moment to put the 7 up. Yes, certainly a mismatch in body strength. And once again, Crows dynamic out of the field.
with Safe Glass now with paint and peel. Wow, paint and peel, huh?
It's so easy to get a no fuss finish. I'll even let you do the next go.
So what do you think of Subway's sweet onion chicken teriyaki? Well, wow, delicious chicken teriyaki topped with a sweet onion sauce. It's one of Subway's fresh-made tastes. Thank you, whoever you are. You're welcome, whoever you are.
Where can you go to get the biggest range of mobile on a choice of the 4 biggest digital networks? It's all at Stratfield, the right choice. Optus, Vodafone, Telstra and now Virgin Mobile. Any deal, any plan, any network. For the biggest range, the right advice and the best price, Stratfield. Plus we have the best deals on mobile accessories. From a battery or pouch to a new hands-free kit for the car. It's the law, go hands-free, don't get caught. Stratfield, the right choice for mobile. Call 1311 77. Catalogue out now.
Hello? Yeah, look, I want to quit smoking.
Sure, we'll take you to a step. That's great.
Planning here is really important.
And I can send you a picture if you'd like.
Call Quitline on 131 848. 131 848.
Hawthorn are 7:52. Tries to celebrate another home win here at Football Park. We've gone 28 minutes, 1.5 remaining on the clock. And the margin is 50 again. Quickly, he's back on. They're going to complete this game. His testimonial, Graham, to Crawford. Hawks kind of corners. Crawford just is then. And the hand pass comes into the middle. Here's Mitchell, who runs to about 70 and then sets it up out very wide out to the flank. He's got a couple out there. Graham's out there. And he's taken the grab. A minute 12 remaining. 50 the margin. Adelaide will be 8-3. It's a very good start for them. Dixon inside the 50. Score at the same time last year, or at least last week. If that makes sense. And then they lost the next 3. So Adelaide now out 8-3. Lines up.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I know. Reverse angle, I can tell you that. He's a left footer, I can tell you that. And I can tell you that he has scored 8 goals.
I'll try and get down that one mark. And a belated goal to Ben Dixon. And for one of the few times today, Hawthorn able to move the ball from centre-half forward through their forward line. Had a close player touching it. Graham getting the ball to Dixon. Benny Dixon started the game well, seemed to die out of it. Much the same as Hawthorn. Maybe you can draw it tonight. Yeah. Well, embarrassing. The margin back to 44 points. Back in the middle. 35 seconds left on the clock. Goodwin gets it out. Here's a chance for Bickley. One last rush forward for Adelaide. Inside the 50 off the hands of Bigland. Punched outside 50. Here's Downey. Spent it before he had it. Bickley again. One more step for him. Gets it to Rashudo. Over the top. Clark. Descends line. The tackle comes from Brown. Back to Bickley. Also handball. Can they get a shot on goal? Downey. High kick inside the 50. Probably the last contest of the game. It comes from Loney for the Hawks. He dumps it outside the 50, but it is all over.
tough enough in the contest and appearing to lack some leadership. They've got some headaches. But Adelaide, in Mark Bickley's testimonial match, a great reward for a fantastic, arguably the best Adelaide footballer ever represented the club. The impact he's made on this football club has been second to none. The signs say it all. I'm sure he'll get carried from the ground. And a great reward for a fantastic clubman and a pretty good unit.
Hawthorn by 2 points at quarter time. The Hawks by 3 points at half time. Adelaide managed to break the game open with 5 goals to 1 in the third quarter. Lead by 19 points at the final change. Finishing 6 goals to 2 in the final term to run out 44-point winners. 14-18, 102. Hawthorn 8-10, 58. The Adelaide players thank their crowd. 42,162 in today. We hit boundary line. Here's Richard Osborne.
Well, Mark Bickley, in your testimonial game, terrific result. Yourself, how do you feel?
For the team, it was an important game for us. We had to win and score the big break, and just to get a big kick with the team makes it all much better. And we had a big week on the track, and really on winning the big stuff.
Hawthorn Football Club, to their credit, they did come to play very competitive for 3 quarters in.